Administrative closure. These are the activities to close all administrative areas of the project and formally recognize the end of the project. These are the steps that occur during this process. We have the closing administrative support, archive all project files, close the information systems, close the project office, and finally celebrate. Closing administrative support, we are closing finance and accounting support to make sure that all the accounts, all the records, all the reports are complete. Human resources, make sure that they got all the information from the team members and all the transfers or evaluations are available to them. Procurement support, then making sure that they got the vendor reports, the vendor contracts are not closed. General administrative support is informing about all the other support like logistics or security that you receive from them. And support from information systems in terms of hardware and systems. On that area, we have to look at all the hardware, computers, laptops, printers that were purchased by the project, and then figure out what is going to be done. And most of the time, the IT systems will have a process to reallocate those assets or to find out a way to use them. Also, software, if there are any databases that were created for the systems, the monitoring evaluation systems with information on the monitoring and indicators, all the project files, all the electronic project files that were used by the project team, any specific applications that were developed for the project, they also need to be to manage a backup of email that is important. So it might be needed in the future for any request for information. Some projects might have their website or information on the organizational website about the project, so that also needs to be taken care of. So contact the IT department or the IT unit or the person in charge of technology and make sure that all these items are properly closed and they're managed or stored. Archiving all the project files is management plans, all those plans that the project developed, all the change orders and approvals, monitoring reports, midterm evaluations, final evaluations, project audit reports. It's part of the records of the project, and they will be useful for future projects, but also represent some of the information about what the project completed, what the project did, the performance of the project, and depending on the type of organization, you might have specific procedures to store these files in a secure environment. The last two items, beneficiary and team records, and you make sure that beneficiary information, in some cases there may be some information that is private, so that needs to be secure or in a place where it's not easily accessible by anyone. The same with team records. Most of them, they have to go to human resources because they are confidential by nature. The next element is closing, taking the office, practically all that office space that the project used has to be closed or reassigned to a new project. Also, the use of the project furniture, any project assets that were purchased by the project using either funds from the donor or funds from the organization. Then closing all the office utilities or services that were provided to the project, like electricity or internet, that were purchased and were paid by the project funds. Returning any rental equipment and security cards. The last step is to celebrate project success. And basically, this could be a very good opportunity for the team and the steering committee and other key stakeholders to get together and in a session with other key stakeholders have an opportunity to recognize significant contributions to the project. That is an opportunity to say thank you to all the people that provided support to the project. It could be internal stakeholders, people that provided work and resources to the project. It's an opportunity to make sure that they get the recognition they need. Also, recognition for outstanding performance in the team. If there is any team member or people that were outstanding in their performance and they were key players in the project, that is also a great opportunity to recognize them and give them, in many cases, it could be even a nice award that they can keep. And celebrate success. This could be a very informal kind of party where the team members and the key stakeholders get together and they celebrate. They work very hard for a very long period of time. They build a lot of relationships. They were able to work in sometimes in very hard situations. There were a lot of challenges, but there were also moments where the team was successful. They will appreciate having this opportunity to celebrate and recognize all the work they did. And that will bring a nice closure and process to this phase, and everybody will have a moment to remember about the project, its success, and how they're able to contribute to make sure that the goals were achieved.